Hey guys, it's Miss Francis. I'm going to show you how to get started with your mandala. And first we're going to start by taking a rectangular piece of paper and turning it into a square, because it's always nice to work inside a square when you're creating a circle. You can rip this piece of paper out of your sketchbook, or you can even just create a square really inside your sketchbook if you want. But here's the basics on how to start. You take your rectangular piece of paper, lift up the corner, and you want to fold the corner up to the other side, this top edge of the piece of the paper. So I'm getting this corner here, and I'm kind of putting it right up against my edge. Now I am not creasing it. I'm not pushing down and creasing it because I don't want a crease on my paper. I am going to pick up a pencil and draw a little light line right there. Okay, and that I need to now cut off. So if you don't have a straight edge or a ruler, you can just use something that has a straight edge, maybe a book, something like that. This is my pencil pack. I'm gonna lay this pencil pack down, and when I lay it down, I wanna make sure that the edge of my pencil pack is parallel to the edge of my paper. Okay, that way I know I'm getting, a straight line. Okay, and then I'll continue with that line down, remove that, and then I can take my scissor and cut that off. Okay, now I've already done that, so here it is, voila. So here is my square piece of paper. Now, to start with the mandala, you want to give it some dividing lines, almost so that it looks like a pizza pie and it's divided all the way around. So again, I don't have a straight edge ruler, so I'm gonna use the edge of my sketchbook, which is straight, to create these lines. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this down, and what I wanna do is I wanna draw a line from the top corner to the bottom corner of my square, because now I have a square piece of paper, and this just fits. It's a little bit short, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna draw this, and it's gonna be a nice light line. Now hopefully I've drawn it dark enough that you can see it, but you're getting the idea. Now I'm gonna draw a line in the other direction, and I just like to work this way, especially while I'm creating this video. It's easier, so I'm gonna line this up. So again, I'm going from the top diagonal, the top corner to the bottom corner. Okay, and once we've done that, and we've done that lightly, that is now the center of our paper. Now eventually, you will probably also wanna draw a line vertically and horizontally, dividing them up. For that, you could measure across if you have a ruler to find your center point. Another thing that you could do is take your paper, again, fold it over, but you don't want to crease it. You could just make a tiny little mark on the top. That way you know that's where your center is. And again, then I would just use your straight edge. Again, you want to make sure that the edge of your book or your ruler is parallel to the edge of your paper over here. So this should be a very even space. Okay, I'm going through the center point that I'd marked before, and I'm gonna come down, and then you would do that same thing going this way. Okay, so I'll do it again just so you can see it. I'll take this, I'll fold it over, but I'm not creasing it. I'm just gonna do a little press right there at the top so that when I open it up, I can see that little mark. I can make a mark with my pencil. I can make sure I'm going through here. Again, I'm gonna look to see that this edge is parallel to this edge, and I'm gonna lightly draw my line. Okay, now it's time to make the compass. I have a really easy way to make compasses. Okay, so a great way to make a compass that's really simple is just to use a piece of scrap paper. So you can grab, any piece of paper that you can find. If you want to grab something that's a little more stiff, even like the side of a cereal box or a food box that you can cut a strip out of, that will work. Okay, so you can see I've got a couple here because I've been practicing. I've been making many videos. Anyway, here is my strip. So what you want to do with the strip is you want to take it and you want to put a dot at the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna outline it here in the red, just like I already have. That's because this dot here is going to become the center of our compass and the center of our mandala. okay? Then what you are going to do is you are going to lay your, I'm going to poke the hole first, actually, and I'm going to use a paper clip because it has that kind of sharp point. You could use a pencil, just be careful either way you do it. Try not to obviously poke your fingers. You want to poke through that and kind of open that up a little bit, all right? Once you've got that, you can then take a pencil. I'll use this pencil here. You can put it through the hole, okay? And then because this is a piece of paper, I can bend it a little and I can make sure that I'm actually putting my pencil right in the center dot, all right? Another thing that sometimes people will do is they will then take that and they will line it up here. They'll kind of continue this line so they can see where they're at. But you've got your center here, all right? Now you can choose where you want to have your concentric rings coming out by just placing little dots up in a straight line. They can be evenly spaced or they can be a little bit closer to one another. That's up to you. And you can do one at a time or you can do them all at once. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper clip again and I'm going to poke holes through these. Notice again I'm wiggling a little bit. Okay, I did that one, do that one, and poke this one through. Again, if you have to use a pencil, you can do that. Just be careful, you don't want to poke through to your finger, of course. Okay, and I'm wiggling these. Now I know that I'm going to use a mechanical pencil to create these circles, and I know that that has a very thin tip to it. If you're using a regular pencil, like a pencil like this, make sure it's sharpened, okay? All right, I'm gonna use this pencil again for my center. I'm gonna put this through, I'm gonna lay it down on my center point. I'm lifting it up so I can see what I'm doing. Now this yellow pencil is not going to move. This stays right here, okay? I'm now gonna take my mechanical pencil, which has a little bit of lead popping out of it, so I know this should work fairly easily. I'm gonna get everything out of the way, and I'm gonna lay my pencil down, and I'm very lightly going to start tracing. If your paper moves, you can always hold it down, you know, with a finger on your other hand. Maybe you want it to move a little bit, whoops. If you need to come out and around the other side, that should be fine. Okay, my paper is slipping a little bit, but that's okay. This one's a little bit closer. You could also have somebody, if you get a second pair of hands, hold the paper down for you or even spin the paper for you. Mine keeps moving. And I'll hold it down with my pinky finger. Okay, now I'm gonna let it turn and come back into that last hole. Okay, and there are my circles.